Okay, I guess today we're going to make a grass video. Let me get the sunlight in the right direction. We're going to make a grass video. Grass hay video, let's put it that way. Yeah, I'm walking, and some people say when I walk and talk I sound like I ran a marathon. Well, if you walk and talk at the same time and hold the camera, it is kind of exhausting because you're not getting the air that you would normally get if you were just walking and breathing. So, because you take a breath and you talk and blah, 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 so on and so forth. Anyway, I wanted to show you my grass that is growing here on the farm. And you can see what we have going on here. There is a portion here that my dad, he didn't do the outside rounds for some silly reason. I don't know what possessed him, but that's what he did. And if you look at this, it's kind of yellowish, crappy looking. It's only about knee high, but then you can see out there's a darker green area. That's where the boom swing was and where he had went and actually fertilized it. We were doing tests on the sprayer, so that's why it was like that. And of course, when you do that, your herbicide allows this stuff, pennyweed, to grow. And I hate pennyweed. Pennyweed's a pain in the ass. But yeah, so you get into this area here, and it's suppressed. You can see the 2,4-D has worked. This is mustard that is not thriving. It will die in that little barren spot, but you can see how thick this is. And the orchard grass is just starting to head out now. And if you can see, it's, up to my crotch. Anyway, without ever, even heading out. This is just all, all leaf material. And it's nice and thick and beautiful, and it's not ready to be cut yet, obviously. Yeah, you can see there's some mustard right there, a little bit. But anyways, this is going to head out, and it's going to get up about my chest high here, and it's going to thrive and do very well. Now, that's just the orchard grass that you're seeing here, because orchard grows pretty aggressively early on, not like the tall fescue that I have, and that's got to be getting close to boot stage now. I'm only seeing orchard here, which is kind of weird. Something has been out in here, and here's another area that was kind of skipped upon. 60 units of nitrogen, 64 units of nitrogen on this with liquid, and another 8. This is a skipper. There was definitely boom issues here on this one. Like I said, we were testing, but still overall doing quite well. Here's the fescue. Here's an area of fescue, and it's just getting ready to come up. That's tall fescue, K31, Kentucky 31. Yeah, so you have those little issues when you're testing out your booms and trying to get everything just right. This is going to yield quite well. Last year, this time, we had a frost on all my acreage, and on the 30th of April, which took hay that was, probably 14 inches tall and knocked it down to 6 inches tall, severely damaging the hay crop. So last year's hay crop was impeded by that frost. So, then you got to deal with that. And we did. We dealt with it. We made a lot of second cut last year to make up for the loss from the frost. And, well, I wish this boom was working properly when we did this. It won't matter. But anyways, we did put another 8 units. Actually, this didn't have 8 units of nitrogen. This just had potash and sulfur on it. There was no more nitrogen applied on this particular field or farm. Here you can see what it'll look like when you shut your booms off early, or your booms aren't functioning properly. When you go around a corner, there's a distinct line, and I chose this field because I knew there was these problems here. You can, I got a lot of people that watch my channel. They're like, "Oh my God, you put too much fertilizer on," or "Why are you putting fertilizer on first cutting?" or, "Why do you do that?" And you can see where the boom trailed off there. He was definitely having problems. So, yeah, but you can see the distinct difference. This isn't even knee high. It's not very thick. It's not shading. I'm going to have weeds coming in there, and that. And then you get into the same exact row. I mean, you just go from that to this. I mean, you can't tell me you don't see that line. And then you get over here, and it's back up to my crotch again, where it needs to be. It's just starting to elongate. It's heading out. The fescue is there. There's also reed canary grass in this. And reed canary grass is a little bit sluggish when it's shaded, but once the first cut comes off and you hit it again with fertilizer, nitrogen or whatnot, it really takes off. Now, this was the field I had all the troubles on. It was the test field. We had gone over it, a couple of times, back and forth to the shop, working on the pump, till I decided that there was just no way I could do anything with that sprayer pump, and I rebuilt it. And of course, it cost me a couple grand. Farming is not cheap if you didn't know. But yeah, that's what it cost. So I did both pumps, which cost me a couple $1,000s per pump. One I think was $2,600, the other one was like $18. So you're looking at about $5,000 for 2 pumps. Now, this is where the sprayer was functioning perfectly. Look at this. It's perfect. This is actually above my crotch. It's very nice. There's some chickweed here that didn't get caught by the 2,4-D, and I think I just had 2,4-D in this one. Yeah, look at this. This is almost to my belt. Here's my belt. If you pull it up, it's to the belt. And it hasn't even headed out yet. It's competing with itself to head out, and I'm telling you, in a week's time, I probably won't be able to look over this field. Now, this is only a 4-acre field. That one's an 8-acre field. So, it's doing very well. It's gorgeous, actually. I mean, this is the sweetest looking field I've seen, when you walk through that one. So it was the 2 first fields, the one up front, this one here, and then when we got it rebuilt, we went ahead and did this and the other field over there. Probably a 3-ton to the acre field, so that will be good. I'm actually quite pleased with 90% of my hay that I have out. All of the fescue, or the K31, Orchard, Reed Canary blends are doing wonderfully. Really good, actually. I'm glad that I planted that. Some people are saying, oh my God, you're going to use fescue, you're going to sell that for little bales? Well, no, it's all going to mushroom barn. I can make little bales out of it on a second cut, because it won't have any head. It won't head out again, so you don't have those endophyte problems, because we don't need those. Nice walnut tree, several nice walnut trees. I got a lot of logs here that need to be cut up. I got a building I have to build, and a tractor I need to tear apart, and you know the thing. So I got all these logs here. They got to be taken out. They just do. So anyway, with that being said, this field here, like I said, it wasn't fertilized properly because of problems, but that's all right. I'll come back at it with, say, 28-13-13, or even possibly 200 pounds of 12-24-24, and get it, really push it, and I can make a nice second, third, fourth cut. I've made 4 cuttings off this stuff already. The key to it is not to cut it too close to the ground. Oh, so now you can hear that I'm starting to get a little winded, because talking, holding a camera, and walking through a grass field is actually more difficult than you would think. But anyway, yeah, so thanks for watching. Gonna get into the 4960 here pretty soon, and you'll be able to see me tear that thing down. Me and Tim, and possibly Peyton and Joe. We'll all be good there. So, come again.